honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? No, put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need. Give me your love, no holding back, no. We could take it to the stars, where you wanna go. The things that we can do, don't need to prove you know. Honey, I got what you want. Yeah, under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me no lies.
Yes, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another week and a crafty night session here at Mommy Guide Inc. Okay, I know there's a storm coming, and I hope that you're prepared and everybody is safe at home for those who are actually in Luzon here in the Philippines. Again, for those who are new to my channel, I am Mommy Lala, and tonight is an episode that's an ongoing episode or collaboration we have with Jeffrey Smith of J. Smith on YouTube. And he talks about just one of the many topics that he actually is very versed with is Notion. All right, so for those who are actually coming in and are asking, what is Notion, Mami Lala? All right, so we actually have already 3 episodes. Okay, that we have gone through Notion. This is an ongoing collaboration, and we are really so in love with Notion here in the community because it has proven that it has a lot of applications, especially for moms and of course for crafters, and now even for live streamers, right? So if this is your first time to actually come to the show under this topic, I highly suggest that you go look at the description of this show, and you will see links to the past episodes that we've had with Jeff, because it's going to take you to the basics so that whatever you cannot understand in the discussion that we're going to be having tonight, you can always go back to that. Okay, because absolutely Jeffrey or Jay Smith is an absolute wonderful teacher when it comes to teaching about Notion. Before I met Jeff, and before he came on board in the show and to discuss about Notion was something like an alien language to me. Something that I could never probably understand even in a million years, right? So there's so many facets to it that I didn't know even where to begin. But I've been hearing so many good things about it. So I was really excited to know how it works. And we are blessed that, we have a regular collaboration with Jay Smith. All right. So who is our guest? Okay. So after college, okay, Jeffrey took the natural path and started a llama and alpaca farm. Yes, for us crafters, we only see them in our stamps, our stickers, right? But Jay actually, did this, okay, face to face in person with the llama and the alpaca. Okay, so we often teased him about this in the past, okay, when we were still very actively live streaming. So his parents loved it, okay? As the joy for entrepreneurship took over, he branched out into other businesses and startups, including a flower shop and a tech company. Nearly 2 decades ago, an opportunity to jump back into his lifelong love of music appeared, and until the COVID era, he was continually gigging, touring, and recording. In the chaos of 2020, he found an unrealized zest for creativity and teaching. Good thing, right? About his experiences of productivity as a freelancer. So, for the past year, he has been researching and utilizing the many new tools and processes that are helping him to create and form his so called second brain. You will hear more about that as we talk to Jeff later on. And by the way, he is actually the best person to actually be on the show to talk about Notion for us, because he's actually a Notion certified consultant as well. All right, so without further ado, guys, let's all welcome Jeffrey Smith of J.A. Smith. Hi, Jeff.
Well, good morning. Well, good morning. Good morning for me. Good evening for the rest of you.
Yes.
I got up at 5 a.m. this morning, so my brain is a little bit, not
Yes,
me.
guys, because
Yeah.
Jeff is in the CST. Where exactly are you? Sorry, Jeff.
I'm where Chicago is. I'm in
Mm.
Milwaukee, so I'm just north of there, off of Lake Michigan,
All right.
about
So there you
a
go,
mile.
guys. So he's like
Yeah,
13 hours behind, right? So it's only 7:08 a.m. and he's been up since 5 a.m. So kudos
yeah,
to you, I mean Jeff.
um,
Okay. So I always
yeah.
John and Jeff. um,
That's fine. I'm
all
not a
right.
morning person, so that's it's okay. You're not a night person. No,
All
you're right.
right, so let's go back to the chat in a little bit. Filipino YouTube community, maraming salamat po for being here. Of course, ayan, maraming salamat for dropping by from Matets TV. All right, John Mex Fashion and Sammy Superstar. Hey, everyone. Tina One Team
Damn.
Novi, hello. And Sammy is, Jay, Jeff, Sammy is one of those who has been crushing shorts. He
I saw
can
that.
attest
Saw
how
that.
his subscriber count has skyrocketed in the past just several weeks because of his amazing shorts. So,
I saw his recent one.
congratulations,
Yeah,
Sammy.
he just did one on setting up an old like VCR camera to his computer and all that. That was cool. So yeah, I've been
Exactly.
watching the Sammy Shorts. He's crushing it, as you say, and that's cool.
Yes. Yes,
Good on
and
you.
he wants to debunk a theory, so we're watching and looking out for that, Sammy. Right? All right. I haven't seen Jay in a long time, indeed. So I'm very blessed, Sammy, that he is here with us or your morning today. Good
His
morning
head.
and good evening to you all. Hi, Roy. Thanks for dropping by, and of course, Roy saying hi to everybody. If you have any questions for Jeff or Jay about the topic this evening, Notion kindly put a Q before each your query so that Mommy Lala can easily see it. Thank you so much, Sis Tina, for helping Sammy moderate tonight. Hi there, Roy. And of course, we have Rich. Hi, Rich. Yes, I think you know Rich, right, Jay?
I do not know
Oh, not
Rich,
yet.
but
All
I'm
right.
pleased to meet
So,
Rich.
yes, Rich is a DJ based in the
Oh,
UK.
fantastic!
Yes,
Oh,
so
I love.
I'm sure you'll, because you're both in the music industry, right? There you
Yeah, it's
go.
kind of. In the end of the day, it's same genre, same difference.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
What storm? Tina, there is a strong typhoon coming in. Hello, hello.
You know,
She
check
doesn't know.
Weather Channel.
All right. So, Rich Vibes, you are everywhere this weekend. Yes, Rich is very active in he's supporting everybody. So, thank you so much,
Oh,
Rich.
that's very sweet.
And Ate Margie, thank you so much for sharing, Ate Margie. Hello. I'll drop by your stream later, Ate Margie. Okay, and we have Craftis Marie. Hello, Marie. Good evening, Jay. Batchmate Tina, Sammy,
Good
and
evening.
everyone. Yes. So, Marie, see you tomorrow. She's going to have her first face-to-face event. Okay, for the community. All right.
Oh
Hi,
boy.
Marie. Ayan. Everybody saying hi to everyone. All right.
Hi to everyone.
Yeah, Super Floop. All previous episodes are in the description of this video. Yes, yes.
There's somebody in your chat that's got an interesting name, Inebriated Musings. I had to just call that out.
That's Charlene. That's Craft Attorney
I,
Charlene. The one
I
we
like.
saw come in a while ago.
Yeah,
That's
that's
her
really good.
YouTube name.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
love it.
true. You know why, right? Okay.
No,
I know. All right, and we have Master. Hello, Master Red. Thank you so much for dropping by. Hi, Charles, Mom Tina. All right, so the greetings never stop. There you go. Oh man, that's so early. Thanks for joining us, Jeff. Yes, indeed, anak.
you're welcome.
Yes. Medcall TV, Mega Love shout out. Salamat po sa pagdaan. Sending full support from Matets TV. Thank you so much, Matets TV. That video, I think the one you mentioned, Jeff. Okay,
Yes.
Sammy saying got 2,100. It's crazy in 1 hour, right? So
Yeah.
Sammy just takes his snap, uploads a video, uploads his shorts. When he wakes up, it's in the thousands already. So that's how awesome, shorts is. Okay, there is a streaming chat storm. Yes.
See what you did there.
All right. So, okay. So, Jeff, okay. So, can you actually first update us? What's been happening with Jeff for the past couple of, I think the last time we were here together for Notion was almost 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Mhm.
It was a busy summer. Summers get away from us here because you try to get outside. So
Mhm.
I've been busy. I've gone through. You touched on the second brain. I want to make one correction,
Oh,
just a
okay.
soft correction.
Okay.
Not a certified Notion consultant yet. I'm on my way. I did get the first step of that, which was I passed the test for the essentials.
Okay.
So they give you your own certified badge, and then you're able to do things. And then you can go on, and I'm studying for the certified consultant. I just don't want to confuse the two.
Okay. So, what are we on now? Process of getting the certified Notion.
Yes. So, and it's not just a test when you do that. I don't want to get into it too deep, but you have to do use cases, real world cases, and then you do take a sort of a test case test
Exactly.
with them. But you also have to do other things, which are streaming hours and presenting in the community.
Yes, and I heard
So
it's not easy. It's difficult.
not easy.
It's
The
not
first
easy,
test was
guys.
much harder than I thought it would be.
Exactly.
And so, but I was proud to get through that, and I appreciate everybody here helping stimulate that success. So I've been dipping really hard into the second brain. I've been through several cohorts and communities, specifically with Tiago Forte, going down that path and some others. And I'm collaborating right now with a dear friend who is of the same mind right now, and we're collaborating on a second channel to go a little bit deeper as musicians and freelancers into mindsets and the second brain. And if people really aren't familiar with the second brain, that's really about personal knowledge management systems that are here and to stave off, which is becoming a real problem, which is the information apocalypse. We have so much information coming at us. And so Notion is a part of that. Notion is a part of that personal or PKM knowledge management system that can really help with your second brain. In fact, it kind of segues into templates, because templates can also help with this, and I can explain that. If you're ready, I can kind of start moving through this if you want, or do you have more?
All
you want
right.
to spend
So
more time on
let's
questions?
just read the last part of the chat that has come, and then we'll start. Okay. Again, guys, this is an ongoing collaboration with Jeffrey. All right. So if you weren't able to actually watch the earlier episodes of Notion and somehow you feel that you are lost, again, the links are in the description of this episode. But I'm sure, with the way Jeff explains everything and teaches everything, I'm definitely sure that you will still be able to catch up. All right. So
Yeah.
let's just say hi to everybody who has come in just now. Okay, so Marie is saying hi to Craft Attorney, Master Rat, and Amps Blog from Matets TV. Thank you so much, Matets TV, for the raid. So he is certifiable. Okay, so
I'm
there you go.
certifiable. You got
Yes,
me.
thank you, Roy, for the word that has escaped me.
Well,
All right,
boy, certifiable is good.
all right. Okay, I
Yeah.
think we're good to go, Jay.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah. So going into the templates. First of all, to backtrack, There will be some more. We've been scheming behind the scenes. Lala's been pushing me, and I think I've reached a point. I will also. We do have those videos up of the past streams, which will help you. Just for anybody else who's here who maybe wants to start fresh or down the road, the plan is to put up a specific website page for Notion where there's a form for you to come ask questions, maybe request certain types of streams or even videos. And so I want to get out there and do that. And I will start to put together a Notion playlist of shorts where I do videos on starting from the very beginnings from scratch and doing little things at a time. Notion is, as you know, Notion's wonderful, but it's like a lot of these new systems, they can be overwhelming because they just don't give you much of an idea what to do. They give you a blank canvas and a lot of tools, a lot of power, and you're like, what do I do? And I think in the end, so much of what we do with these tools is determined in our brain about what our path of our goals are. That will determine how we utilize these tools. So now we're up to a point where we want to talk about templates. And the question is, why templates? What does this have to do with Notion? Because Notion already is a wonderful collaborative tool. You can put all this information down, create a project, do tasks, and on and on and on. And so let's kind of take a look back. We had done the Crafty Planner. That's our community type ongoing project. We called it the Crafty Planner. You'll see that in the prior videos if you haven't seen it. Well, templates, this community knows what templates probably are because I would imagine with crafters, you're constantly using templates or molds or some type of stenciling or something to make. I like cookie cutting. For example, if you're making a bunch of cookies and you got to make 1,000 snowmen, for example, you use a cookie cutter, right?
Exactly.
Because that way it's more efficient. You can start your project quicker, just, get the dough out there, make the cuts, and it's a little more exact. So you can get the output can be a little bit more perfected without making all these mistakes. There's less thinking. So there's a lot of reasons to use templates. And with Notion, we use Notion templates or Notion's cookie cutters to really set you off on the right foot when it comes to your project. And you'll see this because I will demo first. I'll kind of walk you through what they are. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to make one. And templates are actually very simple to make. The question is the purpose behind it. And so that's where the decision making of the template becomes in. So we'll talk about that. More show lists.
So hold on, Jay. Okay, just a reminder again, guys. I know along the way you'd probably be you want to ask questions, and please feel free to do so. Just put the Q colon, all right? So I can easily filter it out and ask away as Jeffrey starts to teach us about templates, which is really going to be useful whether you're a crafter, a streamer, for our live streamer friends, content creators in the chat as well. All right, Jay.
All right. So let me pull up. Let's see here. We'll put up a little insert of me, and we'll bring in my Notion for you guys. All right. So just to clarify what we're looking at here, there's two windows. I'm just going to use this window for a second. This is my Notion. I have quite a few workspaces. This is my personal content hub where I plan long-term videos and I have live streaming planner and have creative collaborators on my live stream. So let's just think in terms of live streaming right now. And this will look very familiar when we move on to actually doing for the Crafty Planner. But let's start here so you get an idea. So for me, templates are great. Templates are not really useful if you're just doing a one-off type thing normally. They're really better for when you need a lot of repetitive entries into your system. Say you're doing a lot of live streaming, especially with collaborators here and there, or maybe you have a lot of meetings with your groups, and there's different types of meetings for different purposes. So there's a lot of repetition going on there, again, like the cookie cutting. So in my case, live streaming, I'll pull up my live stream planner. You'll see these are all my live streams I did last year.
Wow.
And the biggest thing here is I have, let's see, in this column right here, it comes up and it's not, of course. There we go. It's my channel host. So in my case, I had done like nearly 100 streams with John. And you could see in here, I even have some mommy guides. And then I did a guest appearance on Dr. Elo. You may or may not be able to see this, but just give you an idea of what one looks like inside. And they're all different. So you can dress these up as much as you want. I have my typical data information on that stream, date, the thumbnail, what type of genre it was. I have the URL for the video when it was done. So this just gives you an idea of a typical sheet inside of doing a setup for my live stream, which becomes repetitive. Now, John and I had done all these streams. It was getting really, really tiresome of building a new file each time we did a stream. Mm-hmm. So you can create then these templates. So let's just say if I go and open up a template for just my streams, you'll see what happens is I have a title here and I can add a title, a JAS title. And this will all make sense when I start building this. So just I'm showing a demo. Mm-hmm. And you see it automatically enters my channel, not John's. If I pull up John's template, it would put his information in there. And it would put his stream host and all of his information and on and on. So what happened is over time, same thing with Mommy Guide, the information for those streams was tailored to Mommy Guide. Your banners or your icon, your channel, your name, and all that. Now let's move on to the Crafty Planner. That's what I do. And we're going to kind of take that same idea into our Crafty Planner that we built. And for those, again, you need to step back. We built this over 3 different streams.
Yes.
It's very simple to make. Don't be overwhelmed by it. So in our case, we have a Crafty Planner. Now, what we ended up doing, let's just be honest, we created a Crafty dashboard, right?
Yes.
So this is our home base, and everything in our life is kind of here. You know, we can have little affirmations planner, and then in our gallery view of our life, you know, our daily journals, supplies, recipes, books. But Crafty Planner is what we're focusing on here today. So with that, we had, just for refresher, on the left, you can add a new entry for what we call a product seedling or an idea dump. Say you have an idea for a stream, or say you know you're going to set up a stream. Say, Lala, in your case, you go, oh, Jeff and I are going to set up a stream. I don't have a date. So what you might do is go click new, and you might, this is not the template, so just bear with me. I'm just showing, I'm doing the setup. Mm-hmm. So then you go like, oh, a JA stream, and the name would be to be determined. It automatically puts an ID in for you, and now you have a placeholder. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, guys. Apologize. That's an early morning move right there. Mm-hmm. Bring her back. Okay. Let's bring this back. Let's see. Let's let's recycle back through so we can find it. We go to our Crafted Planner, guys, and you'll see down here there's an entry, and it's pretty blank. It's just got the title that we kind of created and an idea. It doesn't have any other information. You can see it's just got a little paper. It's just an idea, and you can jump all these ideas so you don't forget them or forget that you've got to schedule them. And of course, what we would do normally, right, is we would put a date in there. You would open up the file and either go in here and actually manually put the date in, for example, or in our case, which is nice, you can just say, okay, I know a date. It's going to be on, say, October 10th. And you can take this and drag this over to October 10. And now it's already put a date and it's moved it up. It should be in here, but it's here, upcoming. And now you can see.
It's like a Bujo Digital.
It is. It becomes a Bujo Digital. And I'm trying to, this is not really part of the templates. I just want to set, what we normally do is we have to create a file for a project that becomes repetitive. Now, in Lala's case, we were discussing this. You either are going to set up streams that are for yourself. Mm-hmm. You're going to do solo streams, or you're going to set them up maybe with your community groups. You have a couple. Mm-hmm. Or you might have collaborators, like with Victor. You've done some things, or with me, yes, a few things, right? Mm-hmm. So, and once you get into repetitive mode, it becomes kind of a pain. So that's why we're going to do this. So now, for example, I'm down here and you're like, that's great. That's wonderful. Now we open up to work on it and you've got to add all this information again.
Exactly.
That's fine. You can put the status like, okay, it's in process. the segment topic. It's probably going to be on productivity because it's JA. And then it's like the channel. That's not a problem. It's probably been entered. Oh, it's not. Okay. The eCam link for the show. Okay, goodness. Do you use the same eCam link for me each
No.
time?
Every now and then I have to change it because sometimes, like,
Uh,
this is actually I learned from streaming with you on your very in our very first collaboration. Remember, you were so
okay.
pixelated. You said, okay, change the
Yes.
link.
Change the thing to refresh it
So
out in
since
server.
then, every now and then I change it. And Sammy, actually, Superstar, also advised this to me. Yes.
Okay. So then in my case, you'd be like, oh, I got to find Jeff's channel, which once you enter it, you could go in and do it this way. So this is how we normally do it. We got to go one at a time,
Yes.
add that. If we want this information, that's not done yet, so we don't have the stream. And then we start creating. Normally we go in here, and now you've got a blank page, right? I'll open it up. This is what you're looking at. That's not a lot of fun to start a project that way for a stream that's repetitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to show you, and you haven't even started putting the
Yes.
information in here.
And there is a lot of possibility that you will mess this up, like what I
Yes,
always do.
mistakes.
Okay, I'll put in the wrong link, or I'll put in my previous
Exactly.
guest link. So
So then you even do these little things, like you're doing your setup, and then you're down here. Now you're creating your first header. You've already wasted 15 minutes just to get to here, and now you've got to rebuild.
mhm.
As opposed to that, what if we do this? We start over and we go here, and we're like, we're going to do a new stream with Jeff, and we're going to, maybe you had an idea. You don't have to do it. There's millions of ways to start a new page. But let's just say we had an idea, and we're going to do JAS, let's see, stream with JS. And then let's put it on just Notion,
Mhm.
sharing, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, so we created the idea. It's got it right here. We're going to close this out, and there's a lot of ways to do this, and we'll go through that. So we can just take this and say, let's put this on the 14th. Doesn't matter. Now, when we open this up, it looks the same. But see, at the bottom, I've got templates already created. One for you, one for Victor, and one for me.
Mhm.
If you click my name, watch what happens.
Oh wow.
All that information is ready to go. You're ready. You're done. Literally took 2 seconds. So, and you can see how it pre-populated. It's in
Yes.
process. It has the date because we drug it in there. More than likely, it's going to be on productivity, or you can change that. This is my channel. This is the eCam link I've been using, which you could change. My guest channel name and my personal name, because they're the same. And then tech rehearsal, I just have that for now. And then we start getting into how I set up the template. And I have 2 columns. We'll go through all this stuff. On the left, I like to keep things like video meta, where you can put in title ideas that come to you, thumbnail ideas that come to you, keywords, if you have a sponsor information for the show. And then we have this content checklist. So that's a separate page just for this.
That is wonderful.
I click that. We have a publishing checklist for when we have to upload, and so make sure we don't forget anything.
Oh, that's amazing.
We also have a research and gathering for internal research and gathering that's just for you. So you can do that on the second page where it's a little bit more isolated and not so cluttered. And then you can even have a separate stream script that you can go through and have prompts to set you up for the show and add that in for a stream script. So each time you create that, the stuff's created. And then a little short stream checklist. Hey, have a link, check your camera, check your audio, check your teeth, internet connection. And then what I like to do is I like to have certain resources handy when I'm working in a page that I don't have to go search for. Maybe I have my StreamYard here. I have a keyword planner. If I want keywords, a thumbnail checker. I've got things like Write Better headlines, stock footage, licensing for music, my vidIQ. You can put whatever you want for resources, okay? So that's just or a resource for you so you can quickly get at what you want to get at for working. And then in the middle of all this are just the stream details. You have the official video description that you're going to generate as you're working on it. these are all my past streams with you or future streams. So that you don't have to hunt and search. If you want to go back and look, remember you were talking about we've done videos in the past.
Yes.
You can see right here we had part 1, part 2, part 3. We've got some other things in here artificially because we're messing around adding fake information. But if you wanted to, you could just jump to that stream and look for any information in that stream, pull it out, close it, and you're back into working on the page you're developing now. Does that make sense so far, at least?
Yes. So again, all of these things, Jay, didn't come immediately, right? I mean, you set it up. You're just showing us what is gonna happen, right?
I'm
Once it's
showing
set
you
up.
what's going to happen,
Yes.
and I'll show you how we're going to do a demonstration of setting a
Yes.
template up.
Because maybe
But I
they're
think you
like
have.
asking, "Wow, how did this happen?" Right? So
I
don't
know.
worry,
I know.
guys. Yes, this is
I'm
just
kind of. I'm kind of showing you the cake before we do the recipe.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So, because without a little understanding of what our goal is here and why we're doing it, I don't think it'll really make sense.
Absolutely.
So, for example, so this is for me. This is every time Lala now creates a stream that I'm working on. You could see it takes you. How long did it take me? 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot quicker than you've
Click,
probably been
click.
doing. Right. So now, if we go back to the dashboard here, we got to reload. Apparently, that's a Notion thing. Don't know what's going on there. We go back to our planner. Let's create one. See, I've already probably created this full page for you. So let's do a Lala one.
Mhm.
Again, I show you there are a lot of ways to do something. You could actually go over, you know how you see that new up at the top right all the time? You're probably hovering going, what's this new thing? And usually when you click on that, it just creates a new record. Okay. So for example, most of the time we're looking at a table. The calendar is just the table in calendar form. Just gives you a different view. So our table normally looks like this, and then we see, we can add a new thing up here, and then we add a new record. We like to use the calendar because it's just a little bit easier to manage. But now with our templates that I've created so far, I could create a new stream for you, Lala.
So whether it's in the calendar or upcoming, was that upcoming? When you click on those things, it will lead you all to the same template, so to speak.
Yeah, those are all everything, and that's the thing that I think does trick people up a little bit, is these views and the databases. At the end of the day, there is a database for your page, however you've decided to set that up, whether it's task or projects or whatever. This is what it normally looks like. And then from there, you can turn it into a calendar or into thumbnails or gallery. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it. But they like to give you what's called different views. So if I want to look at it like a gallery, a thumbnail, for example, I don't want to get too off topic, but I could actually create.
They can look at that up, Jay, in the lab. I think that was the past episode, the last episode we did, right? Yes,
we did that. So here's a view of gallery view, for example. So you can make these things any way you want, but our calendar view is just a better thing when we're setting up these type of live streams or a project or an event that we're going to do. But you can always set up, and I have the table set up for only upcoming, for everything, but I do like the calendar for working on this type of stuff. So if I'm going to now create a new, and I did already do that here, but I'm going to delete this out. That's okay. I'm going to create a new template for you or a new stream for you. I could just go here, new, and just choose you right off the bat and say, Lala, boom. And it's going to bring up your information, your stream prep. And yours can be different than mine, right? You can have the different photo. It can have a different banner. It's going to have different database entries depending on what you want. And then, of course, you can put in Lala stream.
Yeah, Llama, okay. Llama, okay.
Yes, Lala stream. And then you can put a date in. I'm just going to choose a December date. Doesn't matter. Okay. And then you can start filling in your stream specs. Now, yours is probably going to look different because it's a solo stream. And if I were you, I would go in there. I just use the same template just to make things a little bit easier for myself. But now you're set to go. And so now if we head back to the planner, we can see you are already in the calendar. You're up next. These are the things that are coming up next. And you're there and it shows the status of it. But of course, if we go in the calendar, we'll see you on December 1st. And you can also just click on that and get back into it. So that's what we're trying to do. And of course, we have the same thing with Victor. I'll open up, let me do one with Victor real quick. He's already got one set up. So
Oh, wow.
this would be Victor's template I created for him. Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. So all three of us have different information that's dumped in. For example, tech and gear for him, I put his channel information, his name, his channel name. So all that stuff you don't have to re-put back in every single time.
Yes. Just
Okay.
put it in all the inputs set it up one time, right? And then
One time.
yes.
And although his is off to the side because I was doing some different type of thing,
Yes.
you can see these are all his past streams.
Correct.
So
Marcus,
everybody gets to know.
yes.
So
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Jay. Okay, Marcus
You-
is here. Thanks,
Hey,
Marcus.
Marcus, how you
Yes, everybody is interested in Notion, Jay.
Well, I'm so happy. So we're gonna start building a template. I'm gonna show you how easy building a template is.
Okay.
Okay. So let me, just to make life easier so we don't have to reinvent the total wheel here. Well, yeah, let me do this. You won't see all this. That's okay. I don't want you. Well, yes, you will a little bit. I'm gonna drag this over here for a second.
Okay, so we are starting with the Crafty Planner. Again, this template, this one is actually part of our previous episodes, right, Jeff?
Right. So now there's a lot of ways to do this too. We already have three templates in here for three different people. So if you wanted to, we're not going to do it this way. If you wanted to, you could actually duplicate this and then make minor edits and make it for somebody else. So that's one way to do it. We'll do it by scratch a little bit for somebody, just so
I'll we know how to start from scratch, right?
Right.
If you
All right. So
don't have one.
What you would do is create a new template. So your every database has this option at the top right where you can do it. Now, in your case, it may just show only one thing. It'll say empty page because most people don't have templates. But in our case, we wanted to create a new template. Now, it's just going to be a blank page. And at the top, you'll see you're editing a template. Okay. So now we got to create a name. So I'm going to create a name. We're going to do a template for streaming I just picked Canva. Okay. We all use Canva. So we're going to do live stream. I can't type, sorry. With Canva. It doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to have somebody come on and represent. They're going to teach us Canva every month. Okay. So we're just going to do that. So we also want to do some other setups. So Canva, so templates, you can set up the data and you can set up the form. So in our case, let's set up the layout too. We want to have, now you can have it however you want. Templates are in your own mind. For me, I like to have full width and I like to have small text. I like to have as much real estate as I can when I do templates. And out of the gate, you're going to see everything is empty up here. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. That's cool. So what we're going to do, this is really the meat of it. This is really what saves you time. So we don't even have an icon or a banner. So let's do that. So we're going to add an icon. Okay. Now that's not what we want. We want to make this a little more custom. Okay. We got to upload a file. Let's see here. We're going to choose, it's on the other monitor. We're going to choose Canva. Just put that up there. Okay. And then we're going to make a cover. Again, we covered this in other first stream. We're going to make a cover and we're going to go over here to the bottom right, change that cover. Again, we're going to upload. Choose upload, and on your computer, choose whatever file you have set up. I stole this from Canva's YouTube channel. So this was what will show up every time you pull up this template. And then what's the status? Well, usually when you set up a new stream or a new project, you're past the idea stage, you're in process. If you don't want to set the date yet, because that's going to change. The topic probably be, I don't know, it'd probably be educational, but you can set more than one. You can set 2 topics if you want as a topics that come up that's related. And of course, later on, when you create the actual stream, you can actually change all this stuff, but it's just a starter plate. The channel, oh, see, I have the channel somewhere. Let's see here. Let's go back here. So, okay, so their YouTube channel, just to make it more realistic, I got it handy here. Sorry, guys, I'm
Okay.
sharing. You don't
Again,
see
guys, the Notion app is actually downloadable for free,
it
right?
is.
Yes. Don't.
And then we can put their YouTube channel in there. We should only do it once. I don't have an eCam link, but if you had an eCam link that you constantly use for them, you could put it in here. Maybe that's not something you'll use.
Mhm.
The guest channel, of course, is called just Canva. And we'll put that in there and we'll create that. And then the guest name, let's just say it's Miss Canva. I don't know her name is for the guest. That's whatever going to
Mr.
come on it.
Canva.
Huh?
Just kidding.
This is Mr. Canva. And then there you go. So we've set that up and we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. We've got that going. But now you're like, well, I want to have all those resources and those things show up. So then you can start creating. Now, if you have one done already, you can just copy and paste that. I don't know if I'm going to go through doing the whole template because that I showed you in real time, because that's just layout. And that's however you want to do it as I explain it to you. So I'll just kind of drop in. Let's see here. Let's go here. You don't see this. It's on the other monitor, so don't worry about it. But you could start typing things in. So let's just say here we have quick glance. That might be my left-hand stuff. And then we got stream details.
All right. Jeff, maybe they are wondering, what's the left side, pardon, again, what was your term? Left side
Left
part?
column.
Yes. So I hear you refer to it like several times, but what does that mean? What is there a right
Okay.
side? Because we have a left side. So what do we normally put in the left side when you refer to it that way?
Okay, well, let's just, I think, this automatically saves, by the way, so we don't need to, let's just look at one, let's look at my Notion, my template. It's a good question. And so what I'm speaking about is I have in my template, there isn't a left or right column when you create a new page in Notion. There's nothing. And maybe I'm used to saying that because I build websites and I'm used to that. So I think of that usually as like a menuing system. You know, at the top, a lot of the menus, sometimes you have the menus on the left for apps. So what I like to do is I create two columns. You don't have to do it this way. However you set up your template is fine. If you only want to do it in one column and it's easier for you to do it the way, that's perfectly fine. However you want to do it, right? That becomes your, pardon the pun, your canvas. And you can do with what you want with it for your use.
Okay.
So don't look at this like that is how you have to do it at all. This is just an idea. Okay. Now up here at the top, this is from your table, from the database table, right?
Yes.
So this is going to be what you created your database table of. And then when you add new properties, that will be added into here. But at the bottom becomes the open. So there are three different parts in a way to a page or to a template even, right? There's the initial layout. Is it going to be wide? Is it going to be, you know, we did it at the top here, right? Are we going to have a wide page, small text, which is what I did, instead of, I don't like it so narrow. That's my choice. It doesn't mean you need to do it that way. Don't ever feel like you need to do it a certain way. And then the second part of a page is your database, your fields, okay, that you've created in your database. And then the third part is going to be the content, okay? And that's where now that's a sandbox that you can play in and do it however you want. So don't ever feel like you're being held to having to do it a certain way. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Again, guys, this is basically these are there because this is meant for this specific template, which is for live streaming, right? So all of this can change depending upon the template that you are creating it for. What Jay is just trying to say is you can, you know, you do you. Okay, what resonates with you? Yes, what you actually need.
the biggest takeaway from what I'm showing here today is that you understand how quickly you can get up and running your projects that might become redundant, that you have to keep doing over and over. You can
Mm-hmm.
see how fast I can create a Lala stream or a Victor stream or my stream and have all this stuff pre-populated and set ready to go. So my first thing to do is I might do a description, a first description. I might look at a checklist. I might look at past streams. But all this stuff is ready to go. There isn't really much to do other than start to build the stream inside my document.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a left column. And if you don't know how to do columns, we discussed columns a lot in one of the previous streams. And they're a little tricky at first, but they're not hard. And I like to have a left column where I put stuff that's for me. It's stuff that in a way, like a storage container off to the side, like I call them resources or assets. And we talked about that. So when I say left column or left side, this is what I'm speaking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main body on the right over here, and again, you can size these things how you want. This is stream details. This is more about the meat of what I'm trying to develop for the stream. So I hope that makes sense. That was my intention. That doesn't mean you have to do it this
But
way.
it makes sense, right? So it's like, so the way you're doing it, Jeff, is that everything is it's like for us, like when we are crafting. Okay, I just want to relate this to the crafting community, Jeff. So it's like
Sure.
when we are going to make a project, so we make sure that we have, like, we're going to be live streaming a certain project, right? So the
Yep.
stamps are there. So what else? We have paper, we
Mm-hmm.
have the cutting machine. We basically, what we will be needing is there, right, surrounding us, maybe onto the left side, underneath, to the right, but it's within reach, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what Jeff is actually showing us is that he is putting in all the, as he said, assets, resources within the same, specific space, virtual space, or what do you
Right.
call this, a dashboard, Jeff? What is
Yeah,
the
I think a
proper?
dashboard's good.
Yes,
Yeah,
so yes,
this is
so
a
it's
dashboard.
there.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So,
when we
this is our
need it,
craft
you
planner
just
dashboard.
pull it out. So that's what Jeff is showing us, yes, here right now.
Right. And this planner could be for family trips. This could be for your books that you want to read. It
Mm-hmm.
could be a financial planner. You can find all these starter dashboardy type, like little things like I've got set up here. You can find them online free all over the place. You can even find them, and I don't want to confuse people, but you can find them if you go off to the left side of Notion and you want to start with something. And I'm talking, see, there's difference. There's templates for your database, which is what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's for a specific data entry. And then there's templates that are like an app. They're kind of like the crafty planner that we built from the ground up. If you don't want to build something from the ground up and you want to play around, you go down to the templates at the bottom left of your workspace in the column here. I'll show you. It's down here in case you can't see it. And you click that, and you can go and search all these different templates
Oh,
in
wow.
yeah, let's see. How come I can't see that very well? It's kind of weird, actually, how they have this set up. Okay, so company home. So they have all these templates you
Ah.
can do. You got a to-do list. You can do a project and task list, meetings.
Are
So
these
you can.
free, Jeff?
These are free, and then if you just hit Get
Mm.
Template, it'll bring it down. So if I'll just do it. I'll hit Get Template. I don't want to add it to private. Yeah, let's see here. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Docs, one-to-one. No, I'm just curious. I haven't been in here in a while.
Mhm.
Design system, design sprint, design portfolio. So you can go and look at presentation. So for a lot of people, meetings or projects are going to be projects and tasks, for example. Let's see
Mm.
what happens if I
That
edit it down to project.
that feels very
So
relevant. All right.
yeah, if you bring that down, you can see it's going to add in your private section. It's going to add
A
it's right
tasks
here.
template
Pro-
or projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it created that, and it has a timeline. So it adds in like information for you to start with that you can play around with. And I download any of these because you can always delete them by just clicking on the three dots and hit delete if you don't want it.
Exactly.
but play with the templates like that. But we created our own dashboard and with our own planner. And so just to kind of get back on point, we are working in templates. So we're creating new, in our case, new live streams.
Okay.
So again, the power of the template, whether you're doing financial planning, task meetings, it doesn't matter what you're doing it for. It's about saving you time and effort. So we started creating this live streams with Canva. And so right now, I could create a new stream already with that. And you can see it's going to bring in what I set up the header. It added in the process, our status, our segment. We don't have to do that new. And then we can just put a title in there and then a Canva stream. One. But now we don't have anything at the bottom, which is fine. You don't have to. You could just leave it blank and just put in little simple notes, right? That's fine. However you want to do it. But if we want to make it a little bit more useful, so let's go ahead and now that's currently now you'll see. Do we have a date? We don't have a date. So let's make it for tomorrow so we can find it. Okay. And then go to September and we look at tomorrow, the 25th, our Canva.
It's there already.
It's there, of course, right? And it's also going to be here. And I'll get rid of this so we can see the date. So here's our Canva Stream 1 on September 25th. And it gives us a nice little upcoming window of what's going to happen. So we'll open that up. And there you go. That's the thing we created. But let's do something just a little bit more useful in the template. And the nice thing is you can always go back to the template, in our case, Canva, go over to the 3 dots, you can edit. This, not delete. Thank God they gave us that. And I'm going to edit that.
Oh, what if you accidentally deleted it? Can you undo?
Yeah, they give you a second to undo. I think they actually get quite a while to undo that. So there's a way to do that, but try to read.
Delete.
Yeah, try not to delete, but they do stop you. I mean, they do have an undo. Okay, so here's where we're at. Let's try to do something a little bit more useful. So if you want to create columns, again, this wasn't about that, but I'll just do something quick for you just so you can see it. We'll create a heading here called At a Glance. And what I usually do is go, well, what's going to be my right column starting? And I do, stream details. And we'll just do stream details.
Okay. So that
and
would be...
and try to spell correctly. So there we go. Now the trick to this is I try to do that if I know what my left and right column header is going to be. It makes it easier for creating that 2 columns. So then you grab the one underneath or top. It doesn't matter which one you grab, but there's that idea of you drag it to the right until you see that blue line over to the right, and you let go, and now you have 2 columns.
Oh,
and
that
then,
one I forgot. Thank you for reminding me how to do that.
We spent a lot of time on that on one of the videos.
Yes,
I would encourage
that was
people.
last time, yeah.
I think what I'll do is I really need to make a short video on building columns in Notion. And then let's just change this actually into heading 3 instead of 2. So now we have 2 columns that you can resize however you want. Okay. And then just to kind of give you an idea what I did, I like to put a little divider line in. And again, for people that don't know, you can see at the bottom there, it says type a backslash for commands. When you do that, you'll see commands come up. I wanted a divider, so I started typing in divider, D-I-V.
Either that or you can go down, but there's so many, so it's nice to
There's so many, right? So that's just one of those things you get used to as you use it. So that's kind of my starter there. And I might go over here and hit enter, and I might, you know what, let's put a divider there as well. And now you can see I've got those 2 columns ready to go. And I like to have my video meta, kind of formation there. I like to do that. So we do that. I like to bold things. So a lot of times you'll see me kind of, let's see here, kind of bold here. There we go. I'm too cute on this. I would be here all day. And then, you set them up. I do title ideas. I'll just do a couple of these by manual, and then I'll start copying, pasting some things.
Oh,
Thumbnail
and
ideas.
Jeff, Jay, we have John. Hi, John.
John's got his Notion up. He's actively working on getting his second brain going.
Oh, that's
So he's
great.
probably got. No, he's not. Probably got a coffee, and he's probably annoyed that he has to wake up and see me. So early in the morning. Let's see here. Let's turn this into a toggle list. And then you can create a toggle list like item 1. So I'm not going to build all these. I'm just showing people how you can do this.
Yes.
So
So video meta. Basically, that means, guys, that all the things that you need in actually creating either your video or your live stream.
yes. So, a lot of times you have to do, I'm just going to back out of this. I'm just going to paste this stuff in here so we can move along. Yeah. So let's say you have a video idea, a title
Mhm.
idea. We forget these all the time.
Yes. Or we
we
miss it
get so
actually.
mad, right? So you can just type in title idea 1, do another one. Same thing with thumbnail ideas. You make, I want to do a thumbnail where I'm looking at John ad, or one where you're
Hi, John.
upside
We
down.
miss you.
Whatever. So you have your thumbnail down, and then you do keywords. If you set up keywords in YouTube,
Oh,
you might
yeah.
go, one I
Especially
want to do,
now, it's very important.
right?
Keywords are very important again.
And then some people have a sponsor. They
Mhm.
might have a sponsor information
Yes, I do
for that
have like
frame.
every other, most of my crafty streams. I do have a collab, sponsor store.
Okay, so you might put in the sponsor name, the URLs,
Mhm.
and the call to
Call to
action for that.
actions.
So these are just prompts. These are just little mind dumps as we're working on things. It's like it's like a scratch pad. And rather than get frustrated or not know where to put things, just put it down so you have it later. You'll be glad you did. And then for me, my left column, I also have things like content builders, or however you want to call it. Let's just say I just call it content right now. It doesn't really matter. And I can copy that. I'll just copy these. You don't see it again. I'm just building this stuff
Mhm.
behind.
So this is
I got
actually why we want to see things being built up from scratch, right, guys? So this is
right.
actually perfect for us because that's how we learn. So we need somebody to actually show us step by step how it's done.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Exactly. And you're
So
very
let's do a little,
patient with us. Thank you so much, Jay.
you're patient with me. So let's put another divider down here. And now this is what you're going to see sometimes. And I'm glad this came up. So now you're seeing, what's going on here? This is all full page. It's not in 2 columns. And this is the thing you'll run into once in a while with Notion. The columns can be a little bit, seems weird. And what happens is things get broken. And the way to deal with that is just to drag things back up into underneath. When you grab an item on the page and you see, so I'm going to grab this, you see how, help me out here.
John
You
is
see that
saying the
blue?
coffee part is correct. He
I'm
actually
sure
needs
it is.
coffee.
The man lives with coffee. When you
All right.
grab something in Notion and you see a blue line all the way across, that means it's full page. When you
Mm,
start dragging it under, you see how it shrinks? So
yes.
now it's showing me a shorter blue.
Uh-huh.
That means it's in the left column. You can see it's the same size as my left column. And you let go. Now we're back into that. So sometimes you'll see that happen. Just don't get frustrated with that. That's just how it goes with Notion at times. You just got to play with columns. So let's just dump a lot of these other things in here real quick. And so
Okay.
maybe I'm going to want.
Marcus is saying dividers for the win.
I love dividers. Let's see if we can get these all in one shot, though. Let's see here. Copying sometimes in. If I have one complaint about Notion, it's copying. It's trying to copy things and paste. It's really not that easy. To be frank.
Exactly. Like if I want to, I can't. I have to download it first. Like for example, I want to print it out. can't immediately just print
Well,
it, right?
Here's what I'm showing. So I'm work. This is the page I've got, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to just simply copy this section.
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody may go, "Oh, you're doing it wrong," and that's fair. Um, when you click on that, you can see I want to copy. That's fine. I could copy it. It doesn't really allow. Well, you know how we normally do shift, hold down, control, hold down. It doesn't
Mm-mm.
work.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to learn in Notion. Pick an item that you want to copy.
Okay.
Like I want to tap off of this quick. So let's click the grabber. I call it the grabber,
Okay.
and you see how it brings this up. That's what
Mm-hmm.
annoys me. I know that's what it's supposed to do. Now the trick in Notion is shift, hold down, and arrows. Arrow
Shift
up,
arrow.
arrow up, arrow up. I can how much stuff I want and down. Okay. And that will select what I want here. So if I want this whole section of content, I will arrow all the way up. I'll hit Control C or Command, whatever you're using.
Ah.
Okay. And then I'll switch back to my Notion page. And I already have these, but I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. See, it'll
Oh,
paste that in there.
okay.
That will save
Interesting.
you quite a bit of frustration is the shift up and down. You can use that to delete.
Okay. Up and
So
down.
I had to remind myself of that as I was going through. I'll show you. I'll just do a little bit more of that. So I want to put some stuff on the right side just to kind of build
Yeah.
that out.
Maybe in the future, Jay, we can have probably like, shortcuts. Very useful
We can do
shortcuts.
shortcuts. Yeah,
Yes.
shortcuts are a wonderful tool in here to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just build something up in here. You can do a lot of different things in here. So if I could copy this stuff. Do you want me to copy this, or do you want me to show you? I don't know how much time you want me to spend
It's
building this
okay. It's okay.
page.
Maybe basically that the steps, guys, is basically the same, right? So maybe let's
Yes,
just do
it's the same.
some.
So
Yeah.
if I go in here and I want to say, okay, put a header for description,
Mm-hmm.
the shortcut for headers is £1 is going to be the biggest header, header 1, header 2. If I want the smallest header, I'll do header 3. Okay. And then I can type in description.
All right. And then
That's the
maybe
easiest
after
way.
we've mentioned how to do like that several times, then we can just copy and paste the rest of it.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And then if we want to do something like it's called a call out box, we do a
Mhm.
backslash, just type in call out.
Wow, I've never
And
used
then
that. That's nice one.
kind of nice because you can set some things apart. So that's where the description for the video will go right there.
Oh,
And I think
that's
it'll be
nice.
good if I jump back so you can see what I'm trying to bring in. Now,
All right.
I'm not going to build this necessarily in and for you guys. This is a table that is actually a view of our main database that we're using for our projects. However, you've noticed it's only bringing in my streams. How is that done? It's very simple. First of all, you know what? I'll try to do this for you in real terms.
Okay. And
Even
by
if you
doing
don't,
that, Anna is here. Hi, Anna of Anna's Degree of Fate 52, saying hi to everyone.
hey, we're going to do past streams for just this person. In this
Okay.
case, we're doing it for Canva. Now, Canva doesn't have a bunch of past streams, but you'll be able to see. So how do you do that? It's
Mhm.
called creating a view. Okay, so we're going to do,
View.
yeah. So what I like about Notion, when you do the backslash, you're like, well, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to do a view of a database. Okay, well, just type in view, VIE, and you can see table view. Okay, I can do a table view. So what it tells you says select data source that already exists. Well, it always pulls the last one, and we're using project drops. That's actually our database table for what it's worth.
Mhm.
So I'm going to pull that in, and it's going to bring everything in here. I don't want this view. I would like a table view. Okay, it gave me a table
Okay,
view.
again, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong. The reason why it's being populated already is because we actually have, and in this case, this was for your live streams last year, right? You already have those, right?
No, this is for this is for our crafty planner,
Oh,
and
okay.
so
So
if
how
we
were you able to put in all those from? Sorry, I think I got lost a bit.
well, I have some dummy information in our.
All
We've
right, there
already
you go.
created.
Yes, yes.
So these are all of our drops. Now we call them drops. Why do we call them drops? Everything starts with an idea usually.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea is either you're going to drop something in as an idea or you're going to drop it in as something you're planning but haven't quite committed to a date.
Okay, I
So,
got it.
right, we drop them in as an idea.
Yeah, I missed that part.
And that,
Sorry. Okay, got it
no, it's
now.
okay. And then once you move that into the calendar, that idea moves into upcoming.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I remember
And it's
now.
on the calendar. So again, if I move this stream right here, this idea into the 26th, it's going to remove itself from an idea and it's going to move it down here,
Yes.
right here for the 26th.
Okay.
Now there's no status on this right now, but we could put one now in the process if we wanted to. And then we can go back and take a look. And you can see that that stream now is moved here out of ideas. Okay. So, but all of our drops, these are all of the drops. So just remember this. This is everything. So unless you filter this, this is what you're going to see, right? Now I could manually filter this by using the sort and say, pull everything up with JA.
And basically,
Or-
this is what my mine looks like right now. Very unorganized because I have like
Very
all
unorganized.
drops, right? So whether it's conversations with Lala, crafting, everything is there. Right?
That's fine. This is everything that we've dropped in the past. Everything,
Okay.
whether it's been an idea or whether it's in process. This is everything.
Mhm.
Okay. When you do upcoming, you're sorting that and you're saying, hey, I'm going to filter that by everything after today. That's the filter sort that you can set for that. You can do all sorts of filtering. We're not going to do that. That's going to get too
Not
confusing.
today, yes.
And then the calendar is everything that you've ever taken from a drop and put a date on it in the past, present, or future. So when I go into the Canvas stream, actually, I want to go into we were in the, so now I want to go back into our template that we were working on. And we'll open that up. And so actually that's not, yes, that's what we want to do. When I put a view in there, there are really no filters other than it brought in the upcoming. I'm going to get rid of this. I chose the wrong date. I'm not going to worry about it. And we're going to delete all these filters. And I probably confused you guys. I apologize for that. Let's get rid of this filter here. Let's just delete this. Okay. We don't want filters
the
right now.
filters, we can be the one to add those in, right?
Yes. Yes. I mean, there's so many little things to learn in Notion to advance. That's really not today. We're just trying to get this template figured out. But I want to show you, you don't have to memorize this or anything, but I want to show you a little bit of how this works. So when you bring the table in here, this is everything I just showed you, all those drops, right? But if we want to filter only for Canva, well, let's just say this is my page, my template. How do you do that? On the right, there's that filter for this view. You click that and you say filter by what? In our case, we're going to filter by, this is why it's important to have your database set up the way you want. I'm going to filter it by guest channel. And let's just say you pull, should I do guest channel or guest name? Let's do that. Let's do it this way. You could do both. Either works. I'm going to do it by your guest name. So let's go to filter. Let's pull everything up and go, let's pull it up by guest name. Okay. And there's J. Smith because you've entered that. Now everything is my name. If you filtered this by Victor, all of Victor's streams come up. Okay. If I do Lala, where's Lala? Oh, I don't have you in here because it would be you and that'd be redundant.
Exactly.
You could add yourself in there to do it that way.
Yeah, maybe just me,
Here's
right?
the
Solo.
joke. Yeah. So if you wanted, you could be like, well, what if I want JA's and Victor's? So now you have both of ours. So you could do a whole lot with filters. It could be very interesting. Yeah. So, but in this case, what we're doing is Miss Canva. And we only got one so far. That's the one we were working on earlier, right? So as you add new streams for Miss Canva, they'll keep adding in here automatically, as I call it. right?
Mhm.
So
Automatically. That's nice.
magically. So that's how you do the past. I'm sorry. That's how you do filterings on a database. Okay. So, all right. What else do
Right.
we want to do? We can add in more pieces if you want to our template,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
then I'll show you the power of doing this. I'll do a Miss Canva stream without a template.
All right. That's nice.
Do a
And then with
stream of Canva with the template, but we'll
okay.
finish this out a little bit.
All right.
So, what else could you put in there that I think might be relevant? Let's go here to the finished product. I really like having. Let's finish out the left side,
All
and we
right.
won't do all these, but let's
Oh,
just say I really like having a stream checklist, just a little quick checklist. Let's see if we can do it this way. So another way would be instead of maybe grabbing and having that thing pop up, Lala, maybe just go to the end of the bottom or the top
mm-hmm.
and then shift up arrow, okay,
Oh.
until and then control or command C, copy.
Mm-hmm.
And in our case, we're going to pop over. Of course, you could do all this manually, and then we'll just control. Bada bing, I must have
Control
copied.
V. All
I
right.
forgot I copied more things than I wanted. Sorry.
All right. So Anna is going now because she has a stream to prepare for. Thanks, Anna, for dropping by. Yes,
Thank you,
definitely you
Anna.
can watch on replay. Yes. And G.
Absolutely.
Albert, greetings. Thanks for dropping by. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So basically, Jeff or Jay copied, okay, and then created a new one. And now
Oh
this
my God.
one's called stream checklist.
Yeah. And so we have. I'm going to tell you, there's another thing that can drive you crazy. If you go, so you're looking at just going, oh, I want to get rid of this space,
Oh yeah.
and you can see there's an item. And what happens sometimes, you click in there to delete it. Now, when you hit delete, look what it did to my header. It made it weird. I've noticed that a lot of times you're better off going in and hitting backspace instead of delete. The delete
Oh.
starts deleting items down below. So if you run into that, just
But
Control
sometimes
Z.
the backspace and delete are the same button. How's that?
Well, no, you hit your backspace button
All right.
on
Backspace.
your delete button on my keyboard is different than the backspace.
Okay.
So if you run into that, just I want to throw that out to you as just kind of a quick hitter.
Backspace. Okay, backspace.
Yeah,
All right.
those are just little things. And then the last thing is we'll just go in and create a resources header and we'll finish this off. So this is a 3 pounds space, and I'm going to type in resources.
Okay,
Hit
that's a
enter.
pound sign. 3 pound sign. All right, there we go.
Yeah, so one pound sign is header 1. 2 pound signs in space, you'll see header 2.
All right.
Okay.
Got it. Nice.
It's really
Nice
much
shortcuts.
quicker. Nice shortcuts. So we want the divider, so we start div. We'll hit a divider. Now we're back to that same issue where I've gone so far below my right side that it's starting. So again, what we got to do is just drag this back up. You're going to run into this, so I'm going to show you. Drag that back up until the line is underneath the left side. Same thing with this. It just gobbledygooks every so often.
Mhm.
So add a plus sign, and now we can add our resources. And in that case, let's just say, how do you do that? What are those? Oh, I'm going to grab, instead of just copying and pasting this, I'm going to grab, copy link to original.
Mm.
Now, you can do this a lot of ways with links. You've probably noticed. If you have a copied link from a browser and you hit paste, it gives you 3 options here. I wouldn't suggest embed at all because it's going to take up the whole page.
Oh.
I would do create bookmark or just hit dismiss. And I see people saying, oh, I got lost. I can see that. It just depends. Again, we're going to go through what we're doing. I think the problem is some of the questions got us off track into setting up databases. The content of the template is not really the issue. You can set your template. I would suggest setting a template up simple and then building it up slowly. In fact, maybe set up your template just to have the top stuff in your database information filled in. We're setting up a somewhat complicated template to use here to show you, but that was not really the desire of this stream. Was each one of these items could be its own stream. So we'll kind of pull it back to the template idea here in a second. So I think that was my concern. A lot of was that we're going to lose people if we get too much into this and off of what the template is. So let's
Yeah,
just go ahead and
Marie
so
saying I need to watch this on replay so I can do this new stuff on our club's Notion. Actually, Craftis Marie is the creator and founder of Craft Create and Swap Club. And after our stream, the very first one,
yep.
they went on to using Notion also. So thank you
Oh,
so
wonderful.
much. Okay, so now she wants to implement also the same changes or this new learnings that we are getting from you tonight. Yes. And
Yeah,
Charlene said
templates.
to me too, I got lost. Okay, we'll go back, Charlene. There
Fine.
you go.
Let's walk through this quick. So
Okay.
I'm going to paste this section in, but I'm going to show you how I did it.
Mm-mm.
Um, Simple. Mostly the header. So in my case, I think I have it. It's a header 2. It doesn't matter what size, and I just type in guest social media. So I'm using that as a guide for you, just so you can see what I'm trying to do. I hit enter, and then you want the guest, because we share this to the guest, to upload or embed a file. You would just hit backsplash and type in file, and you would click this. And if you're not gonna, you just click off of things, and then you've got a button here that they can click,
Yeah.
and they can go ahead and
It's a
choose
file.
and upload a file or and you can do that with photos as well. And then you can just type in all the links and everything. So that's how you do that. Again, that's my concern, is I don't want to build too much and get
Yes,
people
that one
lost.
I actually use right now. Yeah, that part.
Yeah. In fact, I kind of just took some of your ideas, and let's just finish this off, because I want to go back and refresh and reset, because I think we lost some people, and I don't
Okay.
want to lose people. So let's go ahead and just copy everything with my shift down arrow here. Let's see if I can
Shift
do
down,
that.
shift up. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to go back to where we're at. Create. Usually you just go create a new line, and then I'm going to hit paste in here. And so now we have all this information. All right. So, okay. Well, everybody's like, I'm confused. Where are we at? What does this all mean? Good question. So we've created a template, our cookie cutter for this guest. So let's just run through this so you see what we're talking about.
Remember,
I think
Miss
that's
Canva is our guest, right?
Miss Canva is the guest. The channel is Canva. Let's just start from scratch. Let's build some upcoming streams. So we go to our crafty planner. There are 2 ways. So we see the power of it. If we were going to do a new stream with our Miss Canva and we didn't use a template, this is how we would do it. We would just add a new template. It's going to be blank. All right. This is a new entry into this. Okay. It's not really that convenient. You type in the stream name. So Canva stream number 2. And then we've got to go in here and add all this stuff in here. We've got to, it's in process. We've got to pick a date. We've got to go through all this stuff. Education, crafting, the channel, URL. We got to find it, copy and paste it in here. The channel name we might have in here because we've used it before. Same thing with the guest name. We don't have that. And then we've got to start doing this. We've got to go do the full width, this. If we wanted an icon, we'd have to go and add the icon in here.
So that's the one that's pretty nice and easy, right? We like doing that. The banner and the icon.
The point is the template.
Yeah.
And what it's doing here. We have to add all the stuff in every time if we're just going to add it blank each time. Imagine doing that once even a month. It's really kind of annoying. You got to remember all the stuff, find channel links. And now we got a blank page, and we got to add in a header, and we've got to add in and we don't have any prompts. Where are our prompts for our scripts? Where are our prompts for our guest? Right? We don't have that. So if we delete this so we can start differently, okay. Now let's say we go to our crafty planner and we want to add a new.
Okay. So what Jeff showed us was the first style wherein you start from nothing. So you have no template. Yes.
Right. So now we've created a template for Miss Canva. and we've got to do a new stream, and we're just going to click Miss Canva template. Boom. Look what it's done for us. It's filled out everything, even our data. We don't have to go look for the URL for the channel. We've got her name and her channel all in here, and look
Maybe
at all
just
our
the date
prompts.
is what we're gonna change, right? Because
Yes,
it's yeah.
and here you can. If you don't, that's not the end of the world. You got to put the title in there. So Canva stream number 3, and then you can put a date in here. There you go. And now you're set up to go. And even if you don't add anything down here at the moment, now you can see it's added in all the past streams or upcoming streams. I have past streams on here, but obviously it's also adding an upcoming stream.
You know, before
Um,
Jeffrey showed me this kind of, actually just for tonight, for the description, I had to go to YouTube so many times just to go get the link, right? But
yes,
if you have a
right.
template like this, simple, easy peasy, right? Everything is
Yes,
there
you have,
already.
you have all that information in there. Now you can add in title ID ideas or thumbnail ideas for this upcoming stream. So everything is already prompted. You can have your script all ready to go, like script prompts. So it becomes a mini website that's already pre-designed for you.
Okay.
And then it has all these streams for you related only to this particular guest. Your resources can be over here, so you don't have to keep going. Where's my vidIQ? Where's my?
Yeah.
I want to go look for music
That is so
for. You can have.
frustrating, especially when you are in a hurry, right? You need
Yes,
all the details of your guest, what's their socials, and this is a recurring guest, right? Or a recurring topic. And yet, you still need to go back to your streams, your past streams, their, URLs and stuff. Okay, hold on. Jay, there's a question from G. Albert. He is asking, I'm a first timer. Interesting
oh,
topic, by the way. Is this a Mac, Windows, or web based process or template?
it's a great question.
Yes.
What I love, Notion is free for just about free. It's free, and I would say 99.9% of the people that use Notion will only need the free version ever. I'm working on something that people with the free version can do. It's not a trial. It's always free.
Yeah.
And it's Windows, it's Mac based, great apps for on tablets, on Android, on iOS. So it's completely agnostic.
Amazing.
Yes, if you the pro plan is $4.99. If you really are into collaborations and you need a little bit more, I did do the $4.99 a month because I do so much. But the free plan works so well. So
And he
yes,
has
these
a
are.
follow up question also, Jay.
I see that with the database. So yes, so these are Notion databases off of their server. It's not a local database off of mine. So it is cloud based. And if you're familiar with databases, you may be based on your question. They also do relatable databases in here, which is very nice and powerful. We can talk about that down the road. Becomes very helpful. And there's a lot of advanced formulas you can do in these tables and views and things like that. So it's a very powerful
Yes. Anyway, we're gonna be having
platform.
hopefully in the future, instead of every quarter thing with Jay, we will try to come in with a monthly collaboration if again depending on Jay's, time availability. The last question he has is Canva required? Oh, no, actually
No.
this is just a sample, right? We're just,
Yeah. So we just use that as a sample guest who would come in and talk about Canva, right? And
yes.
when you do that, so for anybody that sets this up, you know what it's like. You have to, if you're collaborating, you're having a guest on your show, or maybe you're a guest on a show. Either way, this works. Or maybe it's for meetings, or maybe it's club meetings. It doesn't really have to be a live stream. We're using live streams or those type of projects. It can be any kind of project.
Exactly.
Templates can you this amount of time, and I think people are getting lost in the idea of, well, how do we build the template? How we build the layout of the template really is important as much as you understanding what a template is, why it's important, and how it can really save you a lot of time. Yes, you want to be able to build a template that you see, and I want to be able to do that for you, and we can get templates that we can share. But in this case, let's go back and let's kind of do this again.
Yeah.
Just hammer the
Albert, I'll
point home.
answer this just very fast, Jay. Okay, I'm using Ecamm and Jeff is using Vimix. All right. Okay, we
Yep,
can move on.
I am using Remix. Yep.
Yes.
So let's look at. So Lala, this is really made around what Lala's doing. So
Yes.
Lala is going to host me or host Victor, and she does it maybe once a month. It's very repetitive to start from scratch all the time. It's like having you got to cook cookies and you have to never remember the recipe. And you always have to go look at the recipe and build a recipe from scratch. Well, that's not how you want to do that. You want to have the recipe laid out in steps, and maybe a cookie cutters and things that make that process so much simpler. An assembly line. So in Lala's case, if she wants to add a new stream for me, and let's say we're going to do a stream in October, okay? She could do it. She could start from scratch like this, and this is like not having a recipe. That's not a lot of fun. There's nothing entered here. There's no prompts down here. It's going to take a long time. You're going to forget things. You're not going to have your little reminder checklist. That's not a lot of fun. Let's not do it that way. The better way to do it would be to say, let's build a new stream with Jeff using his template. So we pick Jeff's template. Well, this is quite a bit different, right? Do you see the difference now and starting from scratch as opposed to having this design? We type in a JA stream.
Yeah, this is
Remember?
already populated, right? So it's just
Yep. So
the
now,
date and the title probably is what you need.
yeah,
to
we got to
change.
just do the title, and we do a date in November. I changed it to November. But my information is all entered in there.
Yes.
And I'm usually on productivity. That's all entered in. But look at all of our prompts down here. Let's open up this all the way. All of our prompts, all of our checklist, all of our scripts, prompts, all of our resources. And then all of my past streams are all ready to go. You just got to enter a description for the upcoming video. All my links are in here.
So again, the job is just the more tedious job is just setting it up just one time.
One time.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's that set it and let it, right? Set it up one time. And with these, well, let me ask you, Lala, because this is kind of what you're doing.
All right.
Do you
so
think,
let me bring myself back here. All right.
well, let me bring myself for a second.
Exactly. Okay.
Let me ask you,
All right.
do you see the value in that? Do you see how much time this could save you? Like you do these streams with me, Victor, maybe more in the future. You can see what I'm talking about. You could duplicate what you've done in the past. That has a lot of problems because a lot of the information has to be erased and restarted.
And I've been having issues with that. It's like, oh, Lala, this is not me. This is for somebody else's guest. Because what I was doing, guys, is I show Jay, okay, my template. Supposed template. It's actually not a template. I was just, trying to copy my previous Notion file for a previous guest and then duplicating it. But then again, I will change everything. It's just the only thing that's the same is that there's the date, the title, the name, but everything else I have to erase. And sometimes when I'm in a rush, I forget to change. Maybe the what do you call this? The rehearsal time. All right. So the pre-show time. All right. And then I forget to change the links. Right. So because again, I had no template.
Well, and let's show you something and put me back for a second. Mistakes are had when you do copy and pasting. There's a lot of problems with that. And Notion doesn't love it, and it adds weird titles and adds the ones and twos. It's just templates are the way to go. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to you can edit the templates. So if you go back into mine, you just hit edit, you can change them. They're not locked in stone, right? So this is my template with my past streams. You'll see it. If you look at Victor's, again, I just want to hammer this home because it's confusing. If you go into Victor's, this is his information, his data population, his past streams. So it really saves a lot of time but the generic information is always there, so you can
Mm-hmm.
just get up and go from a starting point that is not a scratch. So one more. Let's do Victor. So
All right.
Victor again. If you want to do a Victor, we could start a. You could start it from over here. You could start it from here. It doesn't matter. Um, Again, it's blank. There isn't anything filled in here. This is just a terrible way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we don't want to do this. So let's just delete this out.
Okay.
But let's instead choose start with a Victor template.
Okay.
Okay, give it a second. All right, we got to type in a Victor stream December,
Okay.
and then choose a date. And I don't want to say we're done, but we're done from starting the basics. We're ready to go. If we need to go check at some, I must have a blank in here. If we need to go check his past streams out and go, what did we do when we did the lens? We could pull it up quick, take a look, any information. Okay, that's what we did. All right, and come back. And as you said, we never have to really leave this page for his stream if we didn't want to. Oh, I want to go look at a keyword planner, or maybe go look at my epidemic sound. I could do that. You can build out your script in here, your research gathering, everything you're ready to go. All your prompts are ready to go. It saves you so much time doing that way.
Yes, and this is really, the template is something that I have been wanting to do for the longest time. Basically, from the onset, this is what I wanted with Notion. I wanted a template.
Right. And
Right.
and you could see how well this is all working out too.
Mhm.
Our ideas that we haven't acted on or set dates are up here waiting for us. But our upcoming shows are all here that we've assigned dates to, and we
Mhm.
can see them, which is really kind of nice. And I realize this is not in the, let's sort this by date, and let's do it by date. I guess next up, right? So it would be ascending order. And so we can see in order our next stream is on the 25th. Obviously we have the
Yes.
calendar, but sometimes it's nice to see at a glance
I have a
what's
question
going on.
here, Jay.
Mm,
Like for example,
Sure.
in my case, right? So I set
Mhm.
it up and then it's done. Okay, I manually have to do done. Okay, so now
Yeah.
it's in process, right? Is there a way to actually, once it's done, it will, pass the date, it will show done? No. I really have to be the one to like put in done.
Um, well, it's tricky.
Oh, there
They're
is, but it's
probably
tricky. Okay, got it.
no,
So,
not tricky. I'm thinking not even technically. Like there probably is an advanced formula we could put in there to say, hey, when we go past the date for this project, change this status to done. You
mhm,
could do it that way. The problem with that would be, what if you actually didn't have the stream?
mhm. It
Um,
got canceled, it got
it got
moved.
canceled, and that's another thing. Probably should put a status in there that says canceled.
Mhm.
I noticed that in yours, when we're looking at it, you didn't put done,
Yeah.
and in some cases,
You see, right? I always forget
so
to put done on the status. Everything is
this
in process.
this does happen. Now, what we could do to make it easier is we could create, and we're getting off the topic, but we could create not just this next up. You could put a done section underneath here, and then
Oh,
when you see this is done, if you just drag that to done, it would
okay.
automatically put it in done.
All right.
Um, yes, so that's kind of one way to handle that. So you go, oh wait, I already did the stream with Canva, and it's not in process. Now you could just click it and go in here and of course hit done. But yeah, sorry, let's get rid of this. We could just have a place where you could, because I like drag and drop for a lot of these, and we do this a lot. For example,
Mm-hmm.
if you move this is an idea that has no date.
Yes.
So once that idea is moved to the calendar in a drag and drop, so we go to the 27th, it removes it from idea, and now you
Oh.
see it down on the
So that
27th.
will give me my prompt that it actually. Okay,
Right.
sometime. Okay.
Now, I
Got it.
need to set this up so where when it drop it into calendar, not only does it give it a date, we want it to also put a status of in process. Okay.
All right.
So that we need to add. That's something we'll do.
Okay.
Not hard, but these statuses can change. You've got pre-show, so I'm not exactly sure. Your flow is going to be different than my flow is going to be different than other
Absolutely.
people's flows. But let's just say that Canva 1 that's coming up, we've moved this to pre-show. Okay, so that'll show up in here, and you can see that. And I created in the next up only pre-show links and only in process ones if you want to see it
Oh,
that
that's
way.
great because sometimes I have multiple guests coming in the week, so I have different
Mhm.
pre-show schedules with all of them, right? So that's a great one to
Right.
add. Thank you.
So for the topic itself, let's do one more to hammer that point home. So in case of Victor,
Okay. Hold
yeah,
on.
we
Hold
did.
on, Jeff, before we start
Mhm.
again. So that's the last example we will have probably for this. Okay.
That's fine.
G Albert I don't see a link to the Notion templates in your description. Albert, this is actually the episode for the templates. All right. So we haven't done this in the past. This is actually the Notion templates. We don't have, so this is the link for that one. So this is the episode. And maybe he is asking about probably a sample template like what we're doing right now. Are we gonna give out a sample template later on or no?
Yeah. So
Maybe
people say templates, and I think what we need to do is just make
our own.
this whole crafty planner a template that's updated on this version. Then I can include some. I can leave in. I don't even care. We can leave in these samples if we wanted for people, sample data. If we want
Maybe
people
just
to be able to bring
we
those
have
in.
to remove my links, my
Yes.
ecam
Well,
links.
I would take your stuff out.
Yes.
But I mean, I can create some dummy. I think we need to create some dummy information on there. That it's really not. There's no way to really share these templates.
Yes.
So
guys.
people say, well, you can share the overall template. We all, with the share button, I can share the whole thing, but I haven't found a way to really share this as a template. Now I could do it by. I'm thinking out loud, AG. So I could bring up the template. Yeah, I suppose I could. Then I could just share it from here.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
we will make an announcement about
Well,
that, right?
I will do that. I will.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
we'll
just
share some out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, but we would really want you to try this out. Make your own, right? So anyway, there are actually a lot of free templates for Notion on their on the app itself, right? And we have KM. Good evening, everyone, and Crafty and me, Judy. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
And
Good
G
evening.
Albert's cool, and he also says that you are a great communicator, Jay. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's very sweet. The templates is a very difficult thing. I knew we would lose some people, especially people if they haven't seen the previous things. You can't walk into Notion third video into the project, and if you don't know Notion and probably be able to understand everything that we've done to date, it's too big.
Yes,
and that is the complicated thing with Notion. The beautiful thing about Notion is you can do anything. The bad thing about Notion is you can do anything for the most part.
So please watch our past episodes because Jay really did a step by step, and we also gave away some what do you call those, Jay, files for you to to try out. Let's say, for example, from he gave us collaterals, images, stuff like that. And we all used the same things and created our very first Notion file. So please head on back to those links that I added in the description and watch the videos, because that's the best way to actually learn. And then so you move on from the first video until finally this is the fourth one.
I think too it would be good as a follow-up. It's always hard, but we should do a follow-up to this, because what we really need to do is we have this so updated now. We have this dashboard, which is everything in our life. And I know that's not always relevant to everybody. Some people aren't crafty. You can change crafty dashboard to my dashboard. You can change all the stuff out, but the idea is the same. It's a template. And in there, in our dashboard with all our recipes and book lists and things if you want to create, or a financial plan or kids schooling. Again, you can add anything you wanted to the areas of your life. But for us, we were focusing on this crafty planner. And then we've
Yes.
kind of built this out. So Lala, I think it would be good for me to make a fresh new template with all of this set up like
Wow,
this,
you are
and
amazing, Jay.
with some dummy templates so people can see
Yay.
those. And maybe we need to come back and do a template too with that, now that we see this and people go,
Yes.
hey, you need, and then we can put it out sooner, say, hey, make sure you get this thing set up, download it, whatever, so you
Wow.
can walk through it with us if you want.
Wow, Jeff,
But
that
let
is
me,
super amazing. Thank you so much for really going out of your way to help everybody really, enjoy and
if,
learn Notion, guys. So if you want to follow, Jay, it's also in the description, his YouTube, Instagram. And let's if you want to show some love to Jay, all right, he also has his link there for buy me a coffee, right? So the link is also in the description. Jay, you have
right.
been super duper generous of your time,
Well, thank you.
of your
My pleasure.
knowledge and resources. So,
If I could jump in quick,
yes.
if people have questions, and until I have the database, I'm sorry, until I have my website up that will have a form
Mhm.
that will allow your
Okay. Jay, we
group
still
or
have
anybody.
your small J in the bottom right, left.
Well, I like to have a little mini me in there.
All right, there we go.
Um, until we get that website set up, I'm going to have a form for anybody to go, and it's free. You can go there. I want you to be able to ask questions on a problem you're having, ask, for maybe ideas for a video or whatever. I want to have that form, but until we have that set up, I think you have my email, which is drumupstudio@gmail.com. If you make sure to put that in the description.
Yes, I forgot to put
Um,
it in. Sorry, Jay. I will put it in,
okay.
guys. I will. The email is
Feel
very
free
important.
to email me there or reach out on any of the socials that you can find me on.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, YouTube's got the email as well in my about section.
Mm-mm.
And once we have that website up and Lala puts that out there for people,
Mm-mm.
you can use the form as well. And maybe I'll have videos set up there to help people out. I'll
Mm-hmm.
also be doing a Nibble Notions. I mentioned to Lala, we'll
Mm-hmm.
be doing a Notion Nibbles, which would be from ground zero
Yay.
on Notion, very short, couple minute videos on very simple little things, kind of like we're doing here. So you can follow along in a 2 or 3 minute video on how to learn how to do these things. So that's that. But yes, Notion is a big thing to learn. It's a wonderful app. Don't get frustrated. Ask questions. There's no dumb questions. I'm happy to help. And
Mm-hmm.
thank you for having me today, Lala. It's always fun. So,
Yes. Thank you so much, Jay. Okay. And
of
G.
course.
Albert again has a comment. So is this a teaser to encourage us to come back? Okay, actually, really not, because we actually really, as much as we can, we try to help in any which way we can. And Jay is just really very generous. He doesn't need to, give us templates and, this kinds of things, but it is his desire that people really learn. And G. Albert, from our experience, speaking for myself and the others in the chat who are part of my crafting community, we are mostly crafters, moms, we are not
Mhm.
tech savvy. Most of us are not, but we are able to jump into Notion big time. Although not, as Jay said a while ago, it's actually not probably the best way to do things, but it has been very useful for us. So, actually, this is a continuing collaboration. So we will try as much as possible to, learn more things about how to actually add on to our current Notion
Right.
um
The
knowledge,
problem with
or
the issue
expertise.
there is we have to. Notion is so big.
Mm-mm.
There are so many weeds you can get into of
Yes.
complexity that if you don't take these in small steps, and that's why if you go watch part one,
Mm-mm.
part two, part three, they build on that, and so you could get to this part. And we did
Mm-mm.
actually. If you really rewatch this, you'll be clear what the templates are and how easy it is to make them and set them up. And so don't get discouraged by that. All the information is actually in the
Mm-mm.
stream. It should set you on your way. If not, there
Yeah.
are wonderful
Yes.
channels out there who do the same thing and information on templates. But yeah, we have to take it in small doses
I
because
would love
it's.
to have like just one episode with Notion, but it's really impossible. You will not be able to learn anything. That's
And can
why
I just say one?
I
And
asked
can I just say?
Jay, yes, if I can have can we have like a 1 year? See, that was my initial request for Jay, because I know this is gonna take us forever because we're crafters. We cannot absolutely understand most of this, lingo, tech, whatever.
I want to interject that if you are listen, if you're new to the channel or you're new to Notion, the way to learn Notion and the apps like these is you need a project that you're really going to use. You can't just learn it. You can't sit down and just learn it really. You can get an idea by poking around. You either need to download a free template from somebody's site or off of Notion. Notion has free templates you can pull in, or you got to do something like this where you have a project that you've got to use Notion for and then figure out how to use it to fill the need. Otherwise, Notion becomes very problematic if you're just trying to learn how to do A, B, or C in different parts. And that's why doing the Crafty Planner project as an ongoing project, I think is brilliant. So yeah, I think that's my point. If you're going to use these second brain things, have a sort of project. It doesn't have to be a big project, but have a project in mind that you can use as an excuse to learn the app. That's my little second brain tip of the day. Did we lose Lala? Did she?
Okay, no, I'm still here. I was just talking to my daughter so she can
I heard.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Did you hear me shouting?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was muted.
No. It was like background music. It was wonderful.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Guys. Okay, Anna, can you put in the email? Oh, it's not here, Jay. Jeff. Hold on. Buy me a coffee, YouTube. It's not here.
What's not there?
The email.
Did I not include my email?
Yes. So I want to put it in the chat. So,
Oh, here, I can
guys,
put
I'm
it
sorry.
in.
I was like shouting, Sam. Sam is my daughter, guys.
Let me send you a chat real quick. So it's Drum Up Studio.
All right. Sammy, again, Jay, it's drum.
Okay, I send it to you in chat.
Okay. Hold on.
It's a little behind the scenes problem so early in the morning. Well, just early morning for me, people. I went to bed at midnight and got up at 5 a.m. and I'm a musician by heart, so I'd rather stay up till 3 a.m. and get up at 9 a.m. So it's my brain is not working very well this morning.
Where did you send it, Jay?
in the eCam guest chat.
Oh, in the eCam guest chat. Okay, there you go. All right. I'm going to be, copying that and sending it to Sam right now so she can, put it in the chat. Guys, I want you to actually really, get into that, copy that, save it, whatever. So that if you have, like, you're trying to go back to this video and then trying to, simulate and come up with your own template and somehow you cannot find it or you have like a question, so hopefully if that is okay, Jay, that they can email you for
I would encourage you to
questions.
email and maybe in the subject just put from Lala's stream, or just let me know, hey, I was watching on Lala's stream or whatever. But yeah, I encourage you. I love the questions because it helps me think through things and learn as I try to go through my certified consultant process. So we can help each other a little bit by me answering your questions. And so, and I love answering questions. So
I'm really sorry, guys. It's like I was shouting to the max.
I'm like, she's yelling at me. She's telling me, hey.
And I was yelling directly to the mic. I thought I was muted. I can't understand this roadcaster pro thing. Okay, so anyways,
Don't worry about it.
Okay, when I do this, Jay, am I muted now? Am I muted now?
No, you've got another mic bleeding through. You've got a second mic open.
Oh yeah, the second mic is open. You're right. See, guys, thank you, Jay. All right, he's not even here, but he knows that there. Yes, I turned off the first mic, but the second was still on. Okay, now I know because because my son live streamed his video playthrough this morning, so I forgot to turn it on. Anyways,
yeah, a little bleed through, so it wasn't very loud because it was the second one. But
Oh
it
my
was
gosh,
fun.
sorry guys. Okay, so Sam is actually my daughter, is also my moderator. Again, Jay,
Oh,
thank you so much. Let me check again the
thank you.
chat. Okay, if we have again, guys, the Samantha or Super Floop is actually putting in the email. Okay, that's very important because I know like one thing sometimes why I don't I learn by actually being able to ask things as I work along.
Yes.
And so
Oh yeah.
if you are able, you get stumped and actually maybe we didn't actually explain as we have wanted to and you have an issue or question,
Yeah.
you can
We might do
email.
something.
Yes,
Yep.
email Jay. All right. So let me check.
Well, and I
Let's
just want
check.
to say, if you want to show me the issue,
Mm-hmm.
send me a Loom video. You know, people use Loom, the
Yes,
free
yes.
recording. Send a link to Loom if you want to just be able to quickly show me or screenshot, what your problem might be. I'd be happy to watch it and Loom you back or describe it for you. So sometimes seeing is so much easier. So
Yeah,
yeah,
actually, very, very true. Okay, so again, guys, this is his email. Jump up. Okay, jump up. Because for those who don't know, Jay is actually an artist.
I'm a
He's a
drummer.
drummer. Okay, Jump Up Studio. He actually also teaches. All right, Jump Up Studio at gmail.com. So whatever question you have about him and whatever offerings he has, that's the best way to get in touch with Jay. There
Never
you
be
go.
afraid to ask questions. You're so
Yes.
right, Sam. I love that. People get too afraid to ask and feel intimidated, and I don't want that to be the case. And that's why I encourage people to ask the questions and get past those sticking points so they can enjoy what they want to get to. So
All right.
Notion's a lot of fun.
All
So
right. Thank you so much, Jay. And with
thank
that, we
you.
have to say goodbye to Jay and have a great rest of the Saturday
I will.
morning, Jay. And
I got
hopefully, when can we see you
I
again?
think so. We're in October. We should do something in October. I want to talk to you as a follow up to this
All
to
right.
try to regroup. And I think we should talk about how we can catch people up to where
Mm-hmm.
we are and maybe get some. I have some ideas,
All
and
right.
then move on. There's some lovely, fun ideas to move forward, but I want to make sure we're getting people where they need to be. And so if people feel
Exactly.
lost now, maybe we can catch them up in a kind of summary
All
format. I
right.
have an idea.
So that's a nice
Okay.
thing that Jay is a friend. So it's easy to actually communicate with him and collaborate. So, guys, also, if you have things that you want to know more about Notion, so that moving forward, Jay and I would know exactly what to, um, talk about or show or present to you guys. So, all your recommendations, questions are going to be very useful. Again,
Very
Jay,
helpful.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having me,
Bye.
everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Alrighty.
thank you.
All right.
Okay, that was Jay Smith, guys, of Jeffrey of Jay Smith. Okay, that's his YouTube channel. Okay, so he's just been very busy. Because of his new endeavor or with a second brain concept thing, and he's gonna have another channel this time around, collaborating with another friend of his. So we will announce it absolutely when it is up, but definitely this is his current YouTube channel, J Smith. So I hope that's J-A for the Filipinos, it's J-A Smith. Okay, so I hope that if you are not yet subscribed or following him either on Instagram or on YouTube, that you would do so and consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you get notified whenever he does an uploaded video or if ever he decides to do live streams again. Okay, so all of those details are on are in the description of this video. All right, so let's check if my friends Charlene and Tina can actually come up. Okay, so Jay, thank you so much. And we will see Jay again next month. Okay, again, if his schedule allows it. Okay, so you know how the world is, right now we may set things up. Absolutely, we want to have for it to happen, but when things happen, right? So we might not be able to go to do so, but definitely there will be a next time for this one. All right. So, okay, Charlene, would you want to come up now? And Tina, if Tina is still awake. Okay, she's been very, very tired for the past couple of days. Okay, again, happy birthday, Sir Norman's Diary, and to the wonderful hosts of his event for 2 days, Ate Margie, Master Red SB, Simply Lorenzo, Honey May, EA Vlogs, and everybody else who made his birthday really, really wonderful. And to all those who joined the singing contest, thank you so, so much. And the co-judges that I was with, so Tinawan Kenobi, Ate Sam, and of course, Giga Art. Okay. All right, so guys, okay, don't be afraid. Stoked for the second brain content. Yes, Sam, again, when that happens, we will have Jay back. Okay, so I'm not sure if Charlene is going to be able to come up. I think Tina is just very tired, so I think we will end it tonight. Okay, okay, there's Charlene. Okay, so okay, not yet ending because okay, we have Craft Turney in the house. Let me see. Okay, there you go. And let's bring Craft Turney. Oops. Okay, where is Craft Ernie? Charlene, where is... Okay, hold on. Nawawala si Craft Ernie, guys. Sandali lang, ha? What am I doing? Okay. Charles, andyan ka na, no? Oo, sandali lang. Itong aking ano ay nagloloko ang aking mga setup. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's put in number 3. Nag-update kasi si Ecamm. So, I think nabago yung aking mga settings. Alright. So, okay.
Hi,
Interviewin na lang
Tina.
kita muna. Okay, this is Craft Ernie, Charlene. Ayan. Okay. Hi, Craft Ernie. How are you this weekend?
Hi!
Okay.
Siyempre, nawala na ako kanina.
Hanggang saan mo naintindihan na part?
Actually, kasi yung una, hindi ko mahanap yung new button. Tinatry ko mag-follow along eh.
Okay.
Pero nakuha ko yung paano mag-copy. It's
Oo.
just the
Yung new button nasa may
yung ano.
kanan. Oo.
Hindi, wala eh. Wala sa akin. Maybe
Hindi
it's a different
lumalabas.
template or whatever.
Okay.
Ayun. Anyway.
Oo. So, it's okay. So, sabi ko nga, Charlene, so for tonight, ang ano lang natin siguro is yun na. So, hindi na tayo gagawa muna ngayon. Oo. So, wala na rin muna tayong team bahay kasi maski kami, kailangan muna din naming ayusin. Okay? So, wag ka munang aalis dyan, Charlene. Okay, makichika ka
Wait,
muna habang...
turuan mo lang ako kung paano gumawa ng column.
Ay, sige, sige. Gawin natin. Di ba tomorrow magkikita-kita tayo?
Tomorrow na?
Oo,
Okay.
saglit lang saglit lang.
Sige.
Oo, kasi aayusin ko lang tong ano natin para pag ano natin, okay, so tomorrow, iaano muna natin. Okay, there you go. So, I just want to, okay, ayan, nakasolo ka pa ba right now?
Oo.
Nakikita niyo solo pa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sa akin, sa ano, oo.
Oo, okay. Kasi baka nagkamali na naman ako. Di ba kanina, akala ko naka-mute na ako. Sigaw ako ng
nga.
Sigda.
Sam!
Oh my gosh! I have to do that kasi di ba hindi nila ako naririnig because she's outside. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So kaya ko pang mas malakas dyan ng sigaw, guys. Okay, believe me. Okay, ano nga, Charlene, inebriated. Spelling mo nga.
Musings. INEBRIE.
Braided
BR.
music. Ayan.
Inebriate.
Baka magkamali ako ng ano ng spelling eh. Tuwang-tuwa si Jay dyan sa pangalan mo eh.
Oo nga eh.
Kasi naman kakaiba, diba? Oh.
Ang
Kaloka.
ibig sabihin lang yan, usapang lasing.
Exactly.
Diba? In English ko lang.
Kaya nga tawa ng tawa kasi sabi niya, that's a very unique name. Sabi niya gano'n. E di sabi ko, alam mo
In
na, di
English
ba?
lang.
Oh, in short, you know na this. Ay, nako, hold on. Teka lang. Aha.
Mag-isa
Okay.
pa rin ako.
Oo, mag-isa ka pa rin. Ayan, ibabalik na kita dito. Ayan. Okay, kita na ba? Back to live. Ayan.
Ay, parang hindi.
Back to
Ano ba?
live and then
I see
eto na
you're
tayo.
alone.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Oo, ayan na. Inayos ko lang po yung ano kasi pinalitan ko lang yung mga names kasi si Jay pa yung nakalagay dyan. Ayan, nag-aayos pa rin ako hanggang ngayon.
Ayan, nagbigay ako ng coffee. I bought him Java kanina.
Oh, thank you so much, Charlene. Yes, guys, if you really want to say thank you because my
Thank you.
guests, I don't pay my guests to come in as guests, ano. So pro bono po 'yan. Talagang we basically that's how we do it kapag sa content creator community, no. So you invite somebody, okay, 'di ba? So we just help each other, promote each other's channels and whatever we are doing. But if what we are doing, of course, takes up resources, right? So if you help us in any which way or form, in the case of Jay, he has a buy me a coffee na nandun po sa description nitong video. Yun sinasabi ni Crafter ni na she bought Jay Java. O, diba? Oo. So, buy me a coffee. Ako nga po actually, kasi hindi ako coffee drinker. Yung buy me a coffee ko before I got monetized, it's buy me a pizza.
Ah,
Kasi hindi ako nagko-coffee. But for those who are actually have channels, okay, advice na rin to, Charles, baka gusto mo din, okay? So for those who have YouTube channels and you are not yet monetized, so you don't have yung super chats or super stickers or super thanks, okay? One way that people can support you is to set up a buy me a coffee. All right, and then you put it in the link or when you go live or when you update a video. So you don't need to be monetized or 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours in YouTube for people to support you. Okay, people want to support content creators because especially if they like your content, they want to see more.
mm,
Okay, but of course, if you are not monetized, it takes up a lot of your time, resources, and so you might stop. Okay, and they don't want you to do that. So they're willing to help you out. Remember, like with Sammy before, Sammy Superstar, yung kanyang camera bumagyos sa Jersey. So somehow biglang siguro lightning and thunder, wala siyang voltage, ano ba 'yon? Uninterrupted power supply. Na-toast
or
yung camera niya.
yeah, probably a
So,
voltage
exactly.
regulator.
So, everybody, we all, maliit lang naman ang akin. Everybody, whatever, buy me a
Contributed.
coffee.
Yeah,
Nakakuha si, ng bagong camera.
bago.
Oh, 'di
Very good.
ba? So, wag po kayong mahihiya. Hindi naman ho tayo nanlilimos, okay? Hindi naman 'yun sapilitan, okay? It's really
Yeah.
to help out your favorite content creators. Ayan. So, if you want to say thank you kay Jay for coming in, that would be a great way to do so. Ayan. So, ano pa ba?
Hi,
Hi,
Super
Tita
Floop.
Charlene. Oo, sabi ng aking anak. O, nakita nyo, mas
Oo
kaya ko
nga.
pang lumakas doon yung, oh, kaya ko yan. Kasi nasa likod yung, alam nila Shirley niya kung gaano kalakas ang boses ko. Kayang umabot hanggang labas, hanggang Katipunan. Ayan,
Ay,
sabi ni
Marie,
Marie.
sabi niya, overdrinks daw yung tuturuan mo ako. Naku, baka hindi natin maalala yan.
O baka iba na. Pero in fairness, si Shirley na maski nakainom siya, okay
Ay,
siya.
mas okay
Oo.
ako pag nakainom ako
Oo, kasi
actually.
ako nga yung nakakalimot
Law
nun
school
eh.
yan eh.
Di
Law
ba?
school yan eh. Ang training yan sa law school dati.
Ganon?
Oo, kailangan
Oo.
uminom bago mag-recite kasi nakakakaba.
Oh,
Lagi
okay.
kaming recitation eh.
Okay, correct. O, kaya niya, guys. O. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi, Mrs. B and
Tawag lang
Cheche
last
YTC. Hello, everyone. Magandang gabi po, Miss Cheche. Salamat po. Okay. So, everyone, actually, dapat kasama din namin si Tina. Kaya lang tingin ko si Tina, pag uwi, naligo, hindi na nagising. Nakakatulog ng dire-diretso. Kasi she was out, dinate niya yung anak ko. O, di ba, nag-date sila ni Super Floop today.
Saan sila nagpunta?
Sa UP Town, nag-me time. Oo, nagpamani-pedi ang dalawa at kumain. Oo. Hindi daw ako kasama, sila lang. Oo, thank you so much, Tina, for
Kaya daw
treating,
ni Marie over mojito.
ala ko, kaya ko over. Naku, si
Ay,
Marie,
ba't hindi,
mahina
ikaw
naman.
rin may manicure ka rin. Nakita ko I saw.
Ay, kasi nga, gagawa ko shorts, kaya kailangan. Oo. Pero nauna ako sa kanila, hindi ko sila kasama. Kasi nagkita kami parang siguro 30 minutes lang and then I have to leave na kasi meron nga akong show, 'di ba? So sila na lang ni Sam. And so pagbalik niya dito, kinuha lang niya yung gear niya kasi we've been together for 2 days dahil nga doon nag-judge kami kay Norman, 'di ba?
Ah,
Wala ako nung yung pang-echo
person?
ng mic. Ha?
In person?
No, YouTube. Kaya lang, kasi di ba may
Okay.
kantahan mode. Wala ako nung
Talagang may
pang-echo.
kantahan.
Si Tina
Ah.
meron. So, we had to be together. So, 2 days siyang
Ay, yung mic na
nandito.
may ganyan, yung malaking ganun.
Hindi. Merong kinakabit sa mic, ang tawag pedal. Yung mic mo, ikakabit mo doon bago mo ikakabit sa computer mo para pagkakanta ka may echo. Si Tina may ganun. Ako wala.
Ah.
Oo. So,
Oh,
yun.
okay.
Kaya, ayan. For the shorts and mommy. Ayan, sabi ni Hi Val, ayan. Hi Miss Marie. Oh, actually, going
Kat,
back si Marie naman mahinang uminom. Isang mojito lang, pulang-pula na. Remember yung birthday ni Tina? Pulang-pulang-pula na.
akala ko kaya niya. Kasi minsan nagpo-post siya, may isang bottle ng wine. Kala ko yung bumbote.
Oo, hindi. Ano siya, isa pa lang, nagmulang-mula na siya, di ba? Oo, gusto ko yan.
Oh, naka
Maboteng usapan.
12,000 pala ako today. 12,000 steps.
Wow! Congratulations, Charles! Naku, mararamdaman ko na. Liliit na liliit si Charles. Ako na lang ang tita. Alam mo, kanina inaayos namin ni Jay yung setup, no? So, yung pre-show. Tapos sabi ko, bakit ganon? Si Jay, kinakain niya sa screen, eto lang. Ako, pag niliita ko yung sarili ko, hindi kaya kasi ang laki nung ganito ko. Mas kinaliitin ko, hindi ko makuha yung, kasi dapat, di ba, yung aspect ratio, gusto ko pareho kami, di ba? Pinapantay ko yan. Alam mo yan, Charles. Hindi ko
Pwede
talaga
zoom in, zoom out eh.
Hindi talaga sis eh. Pag ginanong ko, iba na yung size namin kasi ang taba. Nakiko ang
Oo.
taba. Payat ni Jay.
Ganyan. Pwede na ako
Oo.
mag-zoom.
Nakakaloka. Okay lang yan. Oh. So guys, again, if you have questions about notions, okay, so email nyo na lang po si Jeff kasi hindi ko naman kayang sagutin yan. Although meron na akong ginawa. Actually, pinakita ko nga kay Jeff, Charles, yung ginagawa ko currently right now, what I give to my guests, ganyan-ganyan. So sabi niya, tama naman kaya lang nakakapagod tong ginagawa mo. 'Di ba? Gawa natin ng template. Sabi ko, actually hindi kasi ako marunong. Okay, so kaya nagkaroon ng episode na templates. Ayan, yan ang niyan, backgrounder. Yan, kudos Charles.
Thank you, Marie.
Kita mo
Nakakatawa
sinayot
tong si Sam mo. Never too late to exercise, mom.
Oo. Alam mo kahapon
Oo
yung
nga,
suot
si
kong
Susan nga mas matindi sa atin eh. Lagi siyang 12,000 everyday.
Pero in fairness to me guys, dati hindi ko kayang umakyat ng stairs. Kanina nagpark ako sa medyo 4th floor na ng UP Town. In fairness kaya kong yung hindi na yung isa-isang paalang na ganun. Left, right. Oh, 'di ba? Dahan-dahan nga lang. Pero at least kaya ko na. Dati hindi ko talaga kaya yan, diba? So, nag-i-improve naman ako, guys. Unti-unti lang, diba? Ayan.
Dahan-dahan lang.
Oo. So, anong oras tayo bukas, crafter ni? Sa event ng...
I think 1 o'clock eh. Marie, diba 1 o'clock? Sabi niya 1:15 yata eh.
Okay. So, ayun. So, see you to all of those who were able to make it. Kasi guys, close na po yung registration. So, kaya next time, pag nagkaroon ng open registration for any event ng Craft, Create, and Swap Club, bilisan nyo kasi para hindi kayo maubusan.
Si Mrs. V gusto na Moscato. Magdadala ako bukas ng wine sa event.
Tamaling tapat, panalo tayo.
Okay yan.
Sige, tignan natin kung anong magaganap bukas. Right? Okay, Charlene, sige, dadalhin ko yung laptop ko para pwede tayong maglaro ng Notion.
Nag-walk daw si Miri sa ATC after a while, hindi niya maramdaman yung legs niya.
Actually, may kwento ko dyan. Teka, ipopost ko yan. Mabilis lang to. Remember, yung times na nag-IKEA kami di ba ako, si Marie,
Bakit? Oo nga, nag-IKEA naman kayo.
Hindi, ito nga yung kwento dyan. Ito yung kwento dyan, Charlene. Okay. So, kumain kami sa Mason, no? Okay. Pupunta kami ngayon dun sa IKEA. Kaso nagkamali kami ng So instead of dapat dito diretso ganyan, dito kami nang galing. So nagpaikot pa kaming ganyan, So kami ni Marie, talaga malayo pa ba? Alam mo yung nagkakaakay kaming pareho. Tapos si Tina, ang bilis-bilis ng lakad na uuna. Sabi namin, sandali naman. Di ba,
Pero
hindi
sa
mo,
loob ng IKEA, malaki yun. That's like 5 kilometers pag inikot mo lahat.
oh, kaya nga pagdating doon, sabi namin, hindi kami agad pumasok. Sabi na, saglit lang, uminom muna tayo, kumain muna tayo. Napagod kami. Galing kami sa kaya pagdating doon, napagod kami. 'Di ba? Ayan. So, what if
Of
sumabay
course,
po ako
Sammy,
for the
sumama ka
journey?
tomorrow.
Alam mo, itong
Of
anak ko,
course.
sorry naman ha, pero nung napunta sa Ateneo Senior High, natutong uminom eh. Kasi lahat ng kaklase
Okay lang yan.
umiinom. Oh, hindi
Oo
dito naman
nga.
nila
Doon nga ako
ginagawa. Oo.
natuto eh.
Oh, hindi ginagawa naman nila dito sa bahay if ever. So okay lang. Oo.
Oo.
Wag lang siyang
That's my
papahuli
rule
sa akin
dati
na
sa
yung
anak ko.
yung
Everybody,
lasing.
go home.
Oo. Yan, hindi talaga. Lagot talaga.
Ah.
Nakita niyo yung sigaw? Nako. Samantha!
Okay lang yan, basta nasa bahay.
Oh, 'di ba? Kaso minsan hindi eh. Oh, 'di ba? Minsan
Wag lang sa
lumalabas din
labas.
sila.
Wag lang sa labas.
Yes, ayan. Sabi ni Mrs.
Oo.
B, attorney, ayos yan. Aha. Daddy, di pwede last maganda daw mag-exercise sa IKEA, sabi ni Charles. Kasi sabi ni Daddy last yung huling punta nila, di ba, 2 weeks ago, sabi ni Conrad, last na to, mami, ha? Kaso, maganda pala mag-exercise. Sige, Marie, convince natin si Conrad na.
Bukas.
Kaso layo natin, nasa
Pwede
ano
naman
tayo?
maglakad lang eh. Wala lang bibilhin daw.
Asa pa. Normally ako yung may kailangang bilhin. 'Di ba? Normally ako yung may kailangang bilhin sa aming tatlo, 'di ba? Pero ako ang lalabas na pinaka-konti ang binibili. Silang dalawa. Yung ang dami. Pero walang balak, 'di ba? Wala kaming balak, 'di ba? Pero ending sila ang madami. All right,
Oo
so
nga.
okay, that's it guys for
Sige.
tonight. Thank you so much. Charles, thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming in. So I'll see
Thank
you guys
you.
tomorrow. And next week, we're gonna have, again, of course, crafty nights. And starting October, babalik na ulit yung aking mga crafty conversations. So yung aking mga interviews with other amazing content creators at saka mga moms at kung sino-sino pa po. Alright? So, of course, hindi naman mawawala ang
Okay.
ating crafty stream na every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Alright, with that, thank you so much. Hi, Jason! Thank you so guys, don't
Hi,
forget to like
Jason.
this stream, please, ha? Pa-like naman po. Oo. Madami naman tayo dyan. Pa-like. And if you're not yet subscribed, please, I hope you consider subscribing. At panood naman po ng mga shorts naming lahat. Tulungan nating panoorin ng shorts ng isa't isa. Sherlyn, pwede ka nang gumawa ng shorts. Kaya mo yan.
Kaya ko yan.
Lagyan mo na yung mga inebriated
domino ako.
musings mo, ha? Lagyan na natin ng content. You have 3
yung
months.
beer,
Why not? 3 months,
Yung-
Charlene. 3 months, in 3 months, dapat by the end of December, maka 10 million ka. Kaya kasi minsan may mga mga tawag dito, mga shorts na nagmi-million eh. Ilan na lang, okay, 100,000 per shorts, 'di ba? Kaya mo yung 10 million. Go, Charles.
bubbly beer.
Oo, hindi naman kailangang crafty ang content mo kasi ang channel mo, inebriated musings. 'Di ba? Yung mga iba't ibang, 'di ba? Oo, sinong masarap, anong okay with this, ano yung ganyan, punta ka sa ganito, ganyan. O 'di ba? O pwede yan, sis. O kaya you teach them how to study, you teach them about, whatever.
How to
Okay.
study while drunk. While nakainom.
Bakit hindi? Actually, si Sam ngayon, so nag-aaral kanina, guys, ikwento ko lang, nag-aaral, no? Sam, ibubuking na lang kita. Anyway, so I've been trying to push her also to create content, no? Kaya lang hindi niya magawa kasi busy siya. So, nakita ko, alam mo yun, yung video cam, meron kaming Sony na video cam eh. Na gusto niya yun eh, hiningi niya sa akin na maliit. Nakatutok sa kanya while she's studying. So, sabi ko, ito
diba?
na ba ang content? Oo, so yun ang gagawin niya. So, parang i-video niya yung
Okay.
kasi ito yata ang in sa mga bata, no? Sa mga edad niya. Yung nag-aaral sila pero pinapakita nila yung pag-aaral nila. So, sabi niya, this also helps daw kasi na-encourage siya or napupush siyang mag-aral talaga. Kasi nagre-record siya eh. 'Di ba? So, yun. So, baka pwede nyo rin gawin yun, 'di ba? Ayan. Ma'am Craftist Marie, ayan. Hello, Jason. Ate Margie, thank you so much. Mega love shout out. And with that, thank you so much, Crafterny. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat.
Bye-bye.
Matets
Thank
TV
you,
for the
everyone.
raid. Yes, and we'll see you again next week for another Crafty Nights here at Mommy Guide Inc. Our Thank you so much again for joining us, and we'll see you again next week for another Crafty Nights here at Mommy Guide. Bye!